EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Rams. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
Kickoff return for a touchdown.
Watch left. Stop right there.
No. Check, Patriots!
Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit!
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The All-Pro in two positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. And the pitch goes to Mixon. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down carried by Bell. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Let's go. That's how we do, D. That's how we do.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
And now Jackson will look to throw it to Mixon on the check down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, that wasn't a completion, but it wasn't a sack either. So the good takeaway, able to extend the life of the play. Normally, you would think he'd just take off and run downfield. He was trying to find an open receiver, unable to do so.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Leopard! Gun! Hot!
Jackson from the shotgun. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. So following the holding call. possession. Now Jackson. Being chased out left. Looking long for Thomas. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Detroit! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
SOS, SOS, SOS. Hey, alert 3, alert.
Super 1. Zula.
Check 3.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
76.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said right down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Come on out. 76, tell him. 76.
Now, second down, this is Gurley. And able to work his way down to the 16. That second down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on 1st down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
But he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
If I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Left. 76, tell him. 76.
He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's out of bounds on the return on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff. And they've got it here with a 1st down. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for it. Didn't happen. It also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller, because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense.
Now, lucky 56.
They
Lucky
have what
56.
they wanted. He drops the ball.
Just couldn't hang on to the slant. Now it's Jackson. Room to run past midfield. It's caught. Lockett. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend, and nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Go, 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 go.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Flushed out right.
Crash.
Caught here by Bell. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Tight is right.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And now it's second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face
All
it,
right,
if
now,
you
lucky
get the
56.
ball, 4
Lucky
yards or
56.
more on first down is what you're aiming for. They try to throw more at this. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, Jackson. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just try to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. Back to the ground, this time around. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a second and 1.
Detroit! Detroit!
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
To throw is Jackson, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business
66.
and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Goff will lead the Rams up here first and 10, just shy of the 30.
76.
They'll try to start the drive early. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Value 3. Value 3.
Hey, turn it up, turn it up.
The throw on second down is gone. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Start left here.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
3-yard gain on the play.
That's it, baby. That's it.
Number 30 with the carry.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout.
Super 66.
Check.
Maverick.
Check.
Left hand on it. Shell.
On second down, here's Goff. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, gone.
It's going to be a long day.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Rams are in for 6. And he's able to put it through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Key the tight end.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Let's go.
Hardball.
Number 53, Mike 53.
Starting left here. Al, look out.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
What's that?
53, check 53.
On 1st and 10, Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
Goff. Eluding and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Goff. pressure gets to him again. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
We got set.
A shotgun snap for Goff.
I got deep third, deep third.
It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for fourth down.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
And Zerline's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
It's an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. So we come upon, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. So the Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10.
Check. 50.
Shell.
On the toss, it's Gurley. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, let's go. That's what I'm talking about, Lord.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Tiger.
Let's put him.
Twos. Tiger. Alf, we go.
To throw is gone. Incomplete to Zach Ertz. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Rams on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is third and 4.
Cordell. Value three.
They'll run it behind the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline of being a left linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done, so I think going for it is the right call.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a second and 3.
No matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation.
Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down.
Watch you now, Barney. Watch you now, Barney.
second down. And that is incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. It's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line.
Here we go.
They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Gun! Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Check, go get him, go get him, go get him.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Now the Rams offense, they worked their way back on the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Now gone. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. They'll play them on the screen soon.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Let's go.
5.
Goff now looks to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Joker.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And, it's a safety. Goff got buried in the end zone. He couldn't get rid of it. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Ooh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Flush to his right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Here we go. Check him motion. Check the call.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Man left. 3 down. Hey, check.
On second down, it's Bell. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back now in Los Angeles. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. The Ravens on third down.
Patriot,
They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Detroit! Detroit!
Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and their eyes get real wide.
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Tight end right, tight end right. 3 down, 3 down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yeah.
That extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Gun, gun! Watch him now, Barney!
On second down, here's Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield. He had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. It became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back.
Detroit!
To throw again is Jackson, and he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That's his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Gun!
Double tight.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 29. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Check 53.
They start out on the ground with Gurley. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line is really hunkered down and established itself.
This is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there.
Merlin!
Hey, we got three. 3 down.
12! 5!
Undercrush.
Starting left here.
Undercrush.
What's that?
Throwing on third. Gone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the
Watching
fourth
that
quarter
body,
with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
You got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
As a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Detroit!
First target, first catch, and a first down. Now Jackson on first down. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Adam Thielen, his fourth touchdown on the year. And now the Ravens, they're just a two-point conversion away from tying this up. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to try and run for it. Shedding through the defense. But he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their two-point lead. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Easy work.
Tonight.
It's coming again.
Gurley again here on first down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, watch 16, boys.
Super one.
He's coming.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. Shreds the tackle, and they'll get him down right around the 16.
Alert flare.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. And now with 1:52 to go, we get anher pause of the action. A timeout here defensively. This, in all probability, another run here on second and 8.
53's Mike. Check.
Now Goff will hand this to Gurley. And he stopped immediately there. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Come on out. 11. 11.
Now it's gone. Over the middle here to Brown.
We got three.
And
Three
play
down,
is
three
stopped
down.
here. Timeout.
We got three.
It's the
Let's go.
defense calling the timeout here. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
They still can't get him. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Gun!
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Was that a receiver?
Gun!
Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he learned a ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And that is incomplete. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Just keeping the play alive. And he's got Lockett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's the and he'll get this one down to about the 27. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Justin Tucker boots it through and plays the role of hero. And joy will reign in the Inner Harbor as the Ravens have won it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Ravens, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.